What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tuesday morning here. Feels like a Monday morning because we just had a long weekend over here in the US. Tuesday morning. So, what is going on in the markets right now? We're going to be talking about some patterns that beginners should definitely be paying attention to because they could help time the moves before the moves actually happen. We're going to be taking a look into some of these patterns. It's going to be very useful. It was useful for me for the past couple of years of trading, and I think you guys will find it very useful as well. And we're going to be talking about some altcoins as well because I know that you guys are here for the altcoins. Which would be MOG coin. We're going to be revisiting that. We're going to be taking a look into some meme coins. So MOG coin, Turbo. We're also going to be taking a look into BOME, BOME, Book of Meme coin. That should be pretty exciting later in this video. I know that some of my viewers are asking for timestamps. I will get to work on timestamps in the very short future because right now I'm still in a time crunch. But timestamps will be coming right now. Just bear with me as I will put these altcoins later in this video, usually after the 8-minute mark, right? But I don't think you guys should be skipping all the way to the altcoins yet because there is going to be some very important message that you need to understand before looking into the altcoins, right? Such as Bitcoin is the driver of this market. If Bitcoin pumps, you can expect the altcoins be pumping or soon after. And of course, when Bitcoin dumps, very similar things will be happening in the altcoin space. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, you guys should know that I dive deep into the charts every day to find the moves before they actually happen because that's a lot lower risk than actually chasing a pump on the day of. If you guys actually chase pumps on the day of, let me know how that works out. I've been there, done that, felt a lot of pain, stress. Definitely an easier way to do that, in my personal opinion, of course, because none of what I'm saying here in this video is financial advice. Now, if you guys do want to make any technical analysis requests to look into any altcoins in this market, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will pick one request to do for you guys every day. Now, let's go ahead and go to Bitcoin here. We are still having some bullish consolidation, and let's revisit this and hourly time frame for Bitcoin. Okay, we are still trying to reclose above the 110k mark here, and I've been talking about this. Let's take a look into the higher time frames because the more candles you have on a higher time frame above a certain resistance, uh, then it tells us that that resistance is getting reclaimed. It's getting claimed, and the higher time frame it is, the more solid that resistance becomes support. Okay, so daily time frame, we had one daily candle above the close above the 110k mark. We're working on a 3-day candle close. Okay, I think this is still very bullish consolidation, right? We're working on a 3-day candle close. We have about 8 more hours until the 3-day candle closes. Possible bearish divergence scenario. However, if we don't actually get a strong close, there could still be a sell signal here on this 3-day time frame. Very important to be paying attention to both sides of the trade. Okay, weekly time frame, I've been talking about this. We've been having sell signals on the RSI, which is basically when you have a higher high on the price action charts but a lower high on the RSI. These are very effective but simple indicators that I pay attention to, right? Because they usually work very well. There has been exceptions, of course, because when I talk about when they usually work, It's more about probabilities, right? Nothing is 100% in this markets, but if I have a 60-70% chance of it working, and you just do that in the long term, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you keep looking at these effective indicators? Weekly time frame here, we still have a sell signal, bearish divergence, something to be paying attention to. But there has been exceptions in past breakouts, namely one back in November, which was a huge breakout, where there was bearish divergence, but it keeps going. Okay, the bulls just keep buying it up. Let's take a look into Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum and altcoins, because I know you guys are going to be interested in this. Now, I've talked about this pattern yesterday because because I've been getting questions on when the altcoins are gonna get the effect of the Bitcoin pump, right? So I look at the actual charts themselves, right, and take a look into what could be going on in these charts. 4-hour time frame, Ethereum cup and handle pattern. All right, the resistance here is going to be about 2750. If it's actually able to break above that, we are looking at a price target of about just right underneath 3200. Okay, price targets are estimates only. It could be more, it could be less, and cup and handles usually break to the upside. Of course, this is all taking into consideration that Bitcoin does not dump. If Bitcoin starts dumping, well, gonna have to scratch a lot of this, okay, if not all. Total 3, okay. Total 3, very similar charts. 4-hour time frame. I think I'm still trying to load my chart here. 4-hour time frame. Okay, resistance here is gonna be about 940 billion market cap. Price target, if it breaks out, it's going to be about just right above $1 trillion market cap. Okay, so if you guys actually take a look into these time frames and these patterns, you can kind of get an idea of when it could actually make a move, right? ES1 exclamation mark, also very important, has very high correlation with Bitcoin. This is the S&P 500 futures, okay? If we're not getting any dump signals here, right, then that is going to be looking very good for Bitcoin, because if it dumps, more likely than not, Bitcoin could be dumping as well. So very important that the stock market is not dumping. And right now I am seeing some pretty good signals here. Almost perfect retests on the weekly time frame, right? It broke above these moving averages, basically still ended up with a candle close on top of it. 3-day time frame. Almost a perfect retest here as well. You see this 5800 was the last support. We had a 3-day candle close right on top of that support, and right now it is bouncing. Daily time frame. S&P 500, very important because we're still on top of that daily 200 SMA. Let's go over here and revisit, or we can take a look into BOME first. BOME, Book of Meme coins. Now, I sometimes trade this coin on leverage, right? I am not currently trading this coin right now, but I like to trade some higher risk coins on leverage. I also trade Bitcoin, Ethereum on leverage as well. It's part of my short-term strategy, right? I also have a longer-term strategy when I just set a higher target and forget about it for a little while. Now let's take a look into the weekly time frame for BOME. Right now it is on top of the weekly 21 SMA, right? The blue line here at about 2.2 cents. It is in a huge falling wedge pattern, a pattern that I pay attention to very much because it is one of the most common patterns. especially after an extensive downtrend in that time frame. In this time frame, it is the weekly time frame, so this is a huge falling wedge pattern. Measure move, which you will get by measuring the opening of the pattern, and then putting that measurement on top of an estimated breakout point. Let's just put it right here just so we can get a measurement. It's going to give this market a price target of about 1.8 cents if it breaks out by this point. And falling wedges usually break to the upside, okay? Now, if you guys want to continue seeing more of this coin, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I will bring you guys another update if enough of you guys want to see it. Let's take a look into lower time frame. Okay, so no particular pattern here. Let's go even to a little bit lower time frame so I can see more of clues on what it could be happening, right? 4-hour time frame, falling wedge pattern again, right? Already kind of broke out of the smaller falling wedge pattern. Price target here is going to be about 0.27 cents price target, okay? So a little bit of a move, right? So let's take a look into, that's basically for BOME. Let's take a look into next. It's going to be MOG coin. We've done an update on this a couple days ago. Let's see what has happened since, okay? Weekly time frame, this is still a valid breakout, okay? Still above this top trend line here. Price target for MOG coin out of this falling wedge pattern, it's going to get about, putting aside all the zeros in front of it, it's going to be about 24.6, okay? All the zeros in front of it and 24.6. That's the price target. Daily time frame. Daily time frame, it tried to break above the daily 200 SMA, however, it was not successful. And we've talked about this cup and handle, right? It did break out, but it broke back into the pattern. Okay, always got to be accounting for fake outs because that could happen in this market. Should always expect the unexpected in this market. Nothing's 100% in this market, okay? Just got to be able to risk manage as you experience these scenarios, right? Including fake outs, including breakdowns, including when price action goes way beyond its price targets, right? All right, so what happens when the price action breaks back into the pattern? We invalidate this pattern. And then chart what else? I mean, we'll chart another pattern that could be going on. The ABCs of surviving and trading is always be charting. Okay, that is my theory. Okay, that is my plan. So what's gonna be going on here? This is gonna be this looks like a rising channel, which usually breaks to the downside. Okay. Downside price target. Measure the opening of the pattern. Put it below the estimated breakout point. This is the 4-hour time frame. Let's just say if it breaks out by this point right here, that's going to give us about all the zeros in front of it and about 8. So I don't know how many zeros, but just ending in 8. Okay. You guys can take a look at yourself. Let's take a look into Turbo. Turbo, what could be going on here? Weekly time frame. Talked about this, right? It broke out quite some time ago. Okay, it is still that. I mean, that's still a pretty big target for a coin like Turbo. It's a bigger market cap coin. Okay, it's gonna the price target is still about 1.1 cents price target. Okay, now let's zoom in a little bit and see what we could be working with. Daily time frame, I talked about this. Rising wedge pattern usually breaks to the downside, and it did. It did not go all the way to its breakdown target yet. Could it actually reverse before it actually goes lower? Or could it be going lower? Zoom in and see if we can get any clues on what could be happening, right? Downside price target here is going to be about 0.4 cents. Still in play, right? Now, 4-hour time frame, falling wedge. Price target out of this falling wedge pattern going to give Turbo a price target of about 0.6 cents. Okay? So a small move there, and see if Turbo is going to be reversing at this point, or would it be going down lower? Just going to be always be charting, right? But right now it's looking for an upside move, a small upside move. Now that's basically what I'm looking at for this market and for these altcoins. If you guys want to take a look into, if you guys want me to follow up on any of these altcoins, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And this wraps it up for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.